In this episode of Fictional Hangover, we talk about pee, snacks, leaving through the window, breaking the Amber Code, sniffing a bra, and really, seriously, just all pee all the time. It's constant. It's constant pee all the time. All pee all the time. In our discussion of Blue is for Nightmares by Laurie Stolarz with Superfan Constance. Hooray!
Yay! Yay!
Hey everybody, welcome to Fictional Hangover, a podcast about young adult and new adult books, series, authors, and voice actors that is full of spoilers. I'm Amanda.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Constance. Today we're discussing Blue is for Nightmares by Laurie Stolarz.
Standard disclaimer. If you haven't read this book, please remember that Fictional Hangover is all about spoilers. If you haven't read or listened and don't want to be spoiled, stop listening to us and go read or listen to the book. Then come back. If you haven't done this but want to pretend that you have, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you just like the show so much that you don't care about any of that, then listen up. Constance, I should have let you do that from sheer memory.
Oh god, no.
I listen to you do it every week and I couldn't do that from sheer memory. I would just scream spoilers. Spoilers!
Yeah, I would do that. Just, no, that is your thing. Nope.
So many spoilers. So, hey, this is fun, right? Everyone listening, there's a third person joining us for the entire episode this time. Hooray!
Way! Crazy.
Hooray!
This could go all the way right.
I'm honored.
You know, I think you've given us enough money that you can do whatever you want.
And if you,
Probably.
dear listener, want to give us enough money to
Probably.
come and do this, then feel free and join our bonus tier on the Patreon.
Yeah, do whatever you want with them as well.
We are your toys.
Yes.
Oh shit, are you the puppet master this week? Oh god.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no, she's dangling fingers at us, everyone.
It's all gone a little bit Mr. Jitters again.
Do I need to go get my bald cap? Let me go get my bald cap. Hold on.
I have a miniature Mr. Jitters downstairs now.
I'm so
Ooh.
jealous of that.
Me as well.
Just all you need is one mother who can knit and a challenge to her.
I guess I thought it
I'm
was
not-
like a real merchandise, Mr. Jitters.
Oh no, unfortunately it's not a real merchandise, Mr. Jitters. It's a complete, fabrication.
It's a fan made Mr. Jitters.
It's a fan-made Mr. Jitters.
Which I
An
also
unofficial
still love.
Mr. Jitters.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Mr. Jitters.
No, we're
Just
not
because-
talking about Mr. Jitters today. We're
We're
talking
talking about pee.
pee today.
Pee.
Pee!
And nightmares.
And witches, because it's the season of the witch.
It is.
Bubble, bubble,
It
boiling
is.
trouble, fire burn. Why are we reading Blue is for Nightmares? This book has been out for ages. Why are we suddenly reading it?
Because I've been nagging you guys since before I started listening to the show.
Preemptively. I don't know you guys. I'm not listening to you. But please read this book.
Yeah.
Oh, I've started listening to you, and you need to read this book. It's been 6 months and you haven't read this book.
Every time you guys ask for a recommendation, like, send us recommendations online. It's like, Blue is for Nightmares. Blue is for Nightmares.
And then you literally sent us the books in the mail. So we were like, well,
Yeah.
shit. We have to do this book now.
Yes, because it's like, it's not on Audible right now. I'm gonna send them the books for their birthday, so they have to do it.
Oh, and now we are doing it.
It's
So-
the easiest way to get us to cover a book. Send us
Yes,
a book.
send
If you
us
send us the
books.
book, we'll
They'll eventually do it.
eventually do it. Please note though, we haven't actually had to ask for recommendations for a long, long time because our schedule is so jam-packed. I think we're nearly to the end of the year, if not to the end of the year.
Yeah.
We need to start thinking about themes for next year so we can start scheduling things in.
Yeah, we need to.
Crazy. So much good stuff coming up as well.
But how exciting is that there's so many fun books to talk about that, like, we need more days
it's amazing.
in the year to do it.
It's amazing.
Oh,
it's
yes.
amazing. If we could, financially able to do this more than once a week, we probably could and probably would, but we can't, which is a shame.
Right. Okay. Background information for this one really is just going to be us asking you, Constance, tell us about, like, the first time you read this book and why you love it so much.
Okay, so I read this back in middle school, beginning of high school, around that time. Yeah, I was a youngin'. And I just instantly fell in love with it. I was a bit of a weirdo kid, and I felt the characters in the book were weirdo kids as well. And I enjoyed them. And I loved the mystery. I loved the witchiness. And it was just something I hadn't really read before. I was really getting into my flavor of interest in reading.
Yeah.
I mean, I was always more into, like, the Narnia books, Bernstein Bears, and Stardust, and, like, Judy Blume, that kind of stuff. I was getting more into darker stuff, and this was kind of like my gateway to more mystical, darker stuff.
Yeah, this is very different from all of the other books that you described reading at the same time. So that's like, that's a big difference, and that's a lot of fun. I like it.
Yes, and I just I loved it so much, and I inhaled it, and I have all of the books on my bookshelf, and it's just I love it. I love it. Also, I don't know if it's still there, but I remember back in the day on Laurie's website that she had a link to where you could learn to read the cards, how Stacy does it online, and I learned how to do that, and it was fun.
That's fun. I did something like that when I cosplayed Professor Trelawney, and Professor Trelawney also reads playing cards. So I have a set of playing cards with a key that I added into it so I could read playing cards as well. It's fun.
Ooh. The only card I remember is Ace of Spades meets Death. But that's kind of a given with the book.
Yes.
Spoiler.
Spoilers!
Spoilers.
Spoilers! Hey, do we do spoilers on this show? I can't remember.
It's a vicious rumor.
So I think that will probably cover your initial thoughts, Constance. Claire, what about you? Do you have initial thoughts this time?
Mine's usually... Well, to be fair, we'll finally be pestered into submission. But I had no thoughts about the book other than the fact it was a good friend's and a good listener's one of her favourite books, so I'm happy to read it. But what really got me quite jazzed to read it was when we did the last live and we played the game, capital T, capital G, and all the random weird shit that Constance was giving us as the quote. I was like, what the hell is she reading? Clues for Nightmares. I was like, yes. Yep. This is going to be amazing.
Yep, on board.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
can't deny that you were entertained.
Are you not entertained? Yes, actually, thank you.
That's pretty much my initial thought too. The only reason why I'm excited to read this one is because Constance is excited for us to read this one, and that's good enough for me.
I love it when somebody absolutely adores a book and comes and talks to us about it, like on podcast or off podcast or whatever, because it's like the vibrations literally come through the Zoom call, and it's just delightful to see people's reactions and faces when they start getting excited about specific scenes or quotes or characters. They're like, yes, tell me more.
Well,
Prepare for all the pain. All of them.
It's going to be so cute.
before we get there, though, we have to read the summary first.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Stacy is sitting in her grandma's kitchen, enjoying some egg sandwiches and admiring her amethyst ring. Noticing this, Grandma gives Stacy the ring and shares how she bought it for her the day she was born and how it was always meant for her. After thanking her grandma, a chill creeps in the air and Stacy hears crying from the woods in the backyard. This is most likely her best friend, Drea, who always comes searching for her after a fight with her boyfriend, Chad. While searching for Drea in the woods, Stacy stops and realizes she has to pee really bad. Hobbling along, trying not to piss herself, Stacy hears a voice that is not Drea. Stacy, you can't hide, Stacy. She sees him across the clearing holding a bouquet of lilies, the death flower, and she is terrified. As she runs away, Stacy impales her foot on a stick, falls to the ground, and the pea finally wins out. He's behind her now. I know your secret, Stacy. She tries to scream, but her lungs get filled with dirt. Suddenly, there's a loud crash of glass, and the lights overhead turn on. Psych! It's a dream! But she did piss her pants. Pee!
Yeah.
Pee!
All
To
of
be
the
clear, it was a nightmare. Again. Stacy wakes to pee in her bed, glass on the floor, and a concerned roommate, Drea, looking at her. It's no secret that she's been having nightmares since the beginning of the school year, but no one knows about the bedwetting side effects. Not even Drea. How? Stacy does her best to hide her accident while Drea inspects the broken window. Turns out, Stacy, in her nightmare stupor, grabbed and threw a crystal cluster through the window. Drea, in all her DIY glory, patches up the window with her ex-boyfriend, and Stacy's long-time crush, Chad's hockey jersey. After making a joke about calling Chad up for a cuddle session to keep her warm, Drea leaves the dorm room for snacks. There's a lot of snacks. I like this.
There's a lot of snacks and there's a lot of pee.
Yeah.
Not at the same
What more
time.
could you ask for?
Not at the same time.
What
Finally
more could you ask
alone. Exactly. Finally alone, Stacy cleans up her mess, the glass and the pea sheets. She is not as careful with the glass as she was with the pea sheets, and she impales her foot on a huge shard, just like with the stick in her dream. Blah. But thanks to a potato wedge and lemon juice from her witch supply drawer, Stacy is patched up as good as new.
Around 4 a.m., the phone rings. Stacy answers but doesn't recognize the unknown male caller's voice, who demands she wakes Dre up and put her on the phone. Wake her up. I need her on the phone now. Stacy, being a sensible person, denies the request, so the caller hangs up. Like the toxic male he is. Due to the ruckus, Drea wakes up and is equally vague about who the guy is. And then, because nobody sleeps in the storm building, Drea and Stacy's mutual friend Amber comes by to raid their mini fridge and to perform a love spell if Stacy is willing. Snacks, all the snacks. No love spells happen, but Stacy does perform a card reading for Drea, which she instantly regrets. The reading reconfirms her nightmares, that Chad will ask her on a date, cancel said date, and that she will receive a gift that will lead to Drea's death. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Later on at school, Stacy is struggling to stay awake during a French test. Her friend, PJ, sitting beside her, is laughing, his mouth arched wide and his green candy-dyed tongue wiggling out of his mouth like an angry snake, pounding his fists on the desk in hysterics. Yet, no one seems to notice or care that any of this is happening. Stacy can barely notice anything beyond her desperate need to pee.
Not again.
Again.
She tries to get permission to go to the bathroom, but her teacher, Madame Lyss Emerson, just starts laughing at her while already grading the test Stacy has yet to even start. After giving her an F, Madame Lyss Emerson folds the test into a paper airplane and flies it to Stacy. Instead of a blank test, it now reads, "You killed Mara and Drea will be next." Stacy jumps up in terror, yelling, "I did not kill her!" thoroughly disturbing her classmates and her teacher. Psych! It's another nightmare! Everyone can be thankful this time because it was just a tiny little trickle of pee that came out this time, so no one even noticed it.
Afterwards, at lunch, Stacy meets up with her friends where they tease her about the freakish nightmare she had. When Stacy tries to explain what happens in her dream, vague as she can without revealing Drea's involvement, she has a flirty moment with Chad about how maybe she shouldn't run away from her feelings. Drea is not happy to see this go down as she launches into bitch mode, like uber bitch mode, telling Chad how sweet he is to send her the nursery rhyme email this morning and how cute it was. Chad looks confused, saying he never sent her an email and doesn't know what she's talking about. Obviously, failing to get his attention, Drea switches to flirting with his roommate, Donovan. After some over-the-top flirting, the table discovers that Donovan has a sketch of Drea in his sketch pad. Drea suggestively offers to pose for him. Paint me like one of your French girls. And the two leave the cafeteria. As they leave, Chad looks on jealously, with Stacy feeling dejected.
Aww.
Poor Stace.
No one's drawing her pee pants in their sketch pads.
Oh no, not pee.
You see, now all I've got this image of is draw me like one of your French ladies and then pee on the sheet.
Pee.
It's just a wet stain there.
Oh my god.
And if that can't be the cosplay for this week, I won't stand for it.
No, even better. I want you to draw me in this and only this. Her pee-stained sweatpants.
Ew.
So she's laying there with her pee-stained sweatpants.
Oh,
that's
no,
just
ew.
nasty. That's just nasty.
Oh, and laying on pee-stained sheets isn't.
Oh, just.
It's different.
It's too much.
It's all pee.
It's all pee all the time.
Yeah. All right. It's late when Stacy returns to her dorm room and Drea isn't back yet. So she decides this is the perfect time to collect her bedwetting casualties and run them to the laundry room. When throwing everything into the washer, she discovers that she accidentally grabbed some of Drea's stuff too. A bra and a monogrammed hanky. Stacy can feel Drea's vibration through the bra and takes a big old whiff.
Ew.
Okay, yes.
Oh no.
Let's not smell each other's bras, ladies.
Also, they're
let's
right.
not.
They're right by the pee sheets.
Exactly.
I think we can agree categorically right now we are not going to smell each other's bra or pee sheets.
Good. Let's not.
It's on the internet now, it's forever.
Yes, it is. She smells the dirt from her dreams on the bra and freaks out. As, like, she wouldn't freak out. She smelled like BO or something, but dirt, she freaks out. Stacy runs back to the room in fear that Drea is in trouble.
Oh. Even though Stacy is clearly distressed, Drea doesn't notice because she's pissed. Pissed.
Lots of that.
Drea comes at Stacy, starting a fight because she believes that Stacy took down Chad's jersey because she likes him. Even though it's true that Stacy has feelings for Chad, she did not take the jersey and reiterates that they're just friends. Drea feels bad after this and apologizes for being such a bitch. When checking outside the window to see if the jersey fell, they find a tiny gift box. Drea thinks it's a gift from Chad, and Stacy is terrified it's the gift from the card reading. After a struggle over the box, they discover that it's just a cookie from the culinary club. It's at this point Stacy knows she can't keep the truth from Drea any longer.
I pissed my pants!
Not that
I
true.
am
Not that
constantly covered in pee.
No, not that secret. Not that secret. Just her future death part. Just the future death part.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, just that. No biggie.
Death is better than pee.
Yes, death is better than
more
pee.
forgivable.
That's not the tagline for this episode. I don't know what is.
Well, Stacy repeatedly tries to tell Drea the truth, but she isn't having it and just stays on the phone, ignoring her. After a heated conversation with who Stacy assumes is unknown caller guy, in capitals, Drea hangs up the phone and looks upset. He calls back again, but Stacy answers and he refuses to respond, so she hangs up on him. Then Amber waltzes in and they discuss the cookie present more when unknown caller calls again, followed by more silence and hang-ups. Oh my god, block
So
the number
annoying.
at this point.
Yes.
Amber and Stacy then gang up on Drea to finally spill the tea about the guy. She doesn't know his name or his phone number. He was just a wrong number turned right, and they became fast friends. While Drea is telling them all this, Stacy notices a guy looking into their window, which leads Amber to flashing him and making him leave. How bad
Was
is
it because
under
of
her
the boob?
shirt? What's
We will
going
never
on?
know. Probably lots of tissue. After the guy is gone, Stacy sits down with Drea and Amber and tells them the truth about her dreams and Drea's card reading. Minus the pee.
Minus the pee. Minus the pee. Don't mention the pee. It's not time for that yet.
Yeah, no, not time for that yet. When the girls appear skeptical, like anyone really would, really, Stacy shares the story of the last time her nightmares went off like this, about Mara, how she had these nightmares about the little girl she used to babysit, how she did nothing about it, but when Mara went missing and was found days later, dead in a tool shed, just like Stacy's dreams told her. Drea and Amber believe her now and are rightfully freaked out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Mara.
Yikes.
Rest in peace, Mara.
Rest in pee.
Oh.
Oh, man.
It's not
Sorry.
going to get any better. It's not going to get any better.
No, it's gonna get worse.
Oh.
It's gonna get worse. After performing a spell to help Stacy get clarity on the dreams, all three girls crash in the room for the night. Well, except Stacy, who sneaks off to go pick up her pee laundry from earlier. But it's gone missing. Nowhere to be found.
Oh, no.
After a minute of panic, Stacy accepts her reality and just hopes that whoever took the laundry doesn't realize the pee stuff is hers. When she returns to the dorm, the girls are up because Chad called and asked Drea out for a study date before class. While Drea prances around the room picking out an outfit, Stacy reminisces about the time during the summer when she and Chad had a moment and kissed.
Whoa. Gasp.
However, she is broken from her daydream when she notices the guy from last night is back again by the window. But he walks off.
Yeah.
Minus the boobs this time.
Yeah. He just walks by, just tip of a hat, and just
It's
walks
creepy.
off. Like,
It's creepy.
Creep. When Drea and Amber head off to the showers, Stacy stays behind to have a good mope. Then she hears a clicking sound at the window and a voice calling out that he can see her and her cute plaid PJs. Ooh. Suddenly, there is
PJs.
Oh no, stop it. Stop it. Suddenly, there is a guy in a hockey mask pressed against her window, making Stacey scream, probably leaking a little bit.
She probably tinkled a little bit just then.
Yeah, it's just Chad. Hockey goalie by day and jerk by later day. After some flirting, Stacey notices that Chad is wearing the missing jersey from earlier, and she tells him how someone took it from their window. He says he found it in his mailbox with a note saying, "Stay away from her! I'm watching you!" But he thought it was a prank from the girls. He also tells Stacey that he came by to cancel his study date with Drea, that he has an emergency hockey practice and won't be able to make it. Now it's official. The first part of the reading has come true. Bum, bum,
Dun, dun,
bum.
Stacey rushes to the bathroom to fill Drea in on everything Chad told her. After assuring her that she'll keep her safe, they turn to find "I'm watching you, Drea" written on the mirror in Drea's pink lipstick, with a present on the counter. While Drea has a panic attack, first of many, Stacey opens the present and reads the card inside. The card says, 4 more days.
Till Christmas?
No, it's just until you die and or pee yourself.
Ah, shit, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. Oh, God. And the box contains pee. No, it contains the box contains 4 lilies, the death flower. Afterwards, they meet up with Amber. They talk in their dorm about who they think the stalker freak is and the history behind Stacey's powers. Then suddenly, unknown caller guy calls again. Stacey and Amber convince Drea to put him on speaker to show that he isn't a stalker freak. And Drea is proven wrong. Shocking. He catches on really quick and is pissy about it. He goes on about it. Yeah, pissy about it. Goes on about Drea not being faithful to their relationship. Even though Drea swears they are just friends, he also feels that he is the stalker freak. Bum, bum, bum.
After he hangs up, Stacey makes Drea a magical protection bottle to help her feel safe, and Amber discovers that he called from the library payphone. After rushing to the library, they run into Donovan, which causes Drea to have another panic attack over the fact that Stalker Freak could literally be anyone. Right after that, they run into Chad, who instantly flirts with Stacey, which throws Drea into bitch mode again, making Chad leave.
Again.
The instant Chad leaves, they get a call from Stalker Freak on the payphone. He says creepy things to Drea and talks about her bra, revealing to Stacey that he is the one who took their laundry earlier. And then Drea has another panic attack.
God damn.
It's a little tense between Stacey and Drea after the Chad encounter. Just a little bit tense. But after they have a heart-to-heart about how they've both been bitches to each other. Yeah, Stacey, you're a real bitch. It's really all your fault, Stacey. Exactly, it's all your fault, and it's not Drea at all. She's not ever a bitch, and all of that is a lie. All is well between them. They decide to do a spa night, and girl talk the night away.
After having a dreamless night of sleep, Stacey calls out of school for the day and decides to do a purification sponge bath to help her sleep. Before going to bed, Chad is there knocking on the window to be let in. After some heavy flirting, Stacey realises that she has to pee. After confirming that they are alone, Chad tells her that he wanted to talk to her about us. Air quote. And that he has a note for her, and it's like the ones Drea has been getting. Stacey asks him if he's the one who's been sending the notes to Drea. After being terribly vague, he repeats what's written on the note. Love is funny. He hands her 3 lilies and says to give them to Drea before he starts kissing her senseless. That's when Drea and Amber wake her up.
Bum bum bum. Surprise! It's another nightmare. Stacy didn't fully wet herself this time since her friends woke her up in time. But she has to run to the bathroom to rinse off and cover up the little pee that did come out. Just a little pee. Just a little. When she returns to the room, Drea and Amber fill her in on how useless campus police are, how they can't do anything until something happens, which is so stupid. Then PJ comes through the window. Lovely PJ with his green tongue, yes, and tells them how he overheard that another girl, Veronica, has been getting stalker letters and calls, just like Drea. So the girls decide that they have to go find and talk to Veronica, which will be hard since they don't like each other at all because, well, Veronica's a bully. And maybe a bit of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely a bitch. On the way to the Hangman Cafe to find Veronica, Stacy fills the girls in on the dream she had. Amber asks a ton of questions about it, whereas Drea just asks why she even dreamed about Chad at all. After everyone in existence rolls their eyes, Veronica is spotted, and she is not happy to see or talk to them. After having to threaten to expose her for cheating on a test, Veronica finally fills them in on her stalker calls and notes, and Drea tells her how she's been getting them too.
After talking to Veronica, Drea decides to spend the night at her aunt's house. Stacy tries to convince her to stay for the rest of the week past the day the lilies say she's marked for death, but Drea is determined to come back and help protect Veronica. Why? She's a bitch. While trying to fall asleep, Stalker Freak calls and tells Stacy that he knows about the bedwetting problem.
Oh no.
And threatens her to not interfere with his plans for Drea. After the phone call, Stacy finds her soiled sheets outside the window, left by Stalker Freak. Didn't even let the washer take its spin. I mean, that's just cruel. That's just cruel.
Nah, he wanted that good dirt smell from Drea's bra.
Just
so while scrubbing the sheets in the stink, Chad calls and asks if he can come over to study for a test and to protect her from future Stalker Freak calls. Do you know what would do that? Taking the phone off the hook. Just saying. When Chad arrives, they talk about the calls and go around in circles about if Chad is the one doing them. What is it with these people and not answering a damn yes or no question? They're closed questions. We don't need exposition. We don't need detail. We don't need to go around the houses. Yes. No. That's it. Okay. Then they make out. Before Stacy stops saying, she can't do this to Drea. Oh, she's my friend. She's my best friend. I can't do this. Oh. Aye, whatever.
Okay. While studying, Chad declares that they should get some fresh air and take a walk. Stacy agrees and they leave. As they are walking into the woods, Chad says nature calls. Nature calls. And that he'll be right back. Finally, someone besides Stacy that has to pee. After a while, Chad doesn't come back and Stacy goes searching for him. She ends up near a house-like structure and goes toward it while noticing that someone is now following her. Pain bubbles up in her stomach. She has to pee. No! She sees some porta potties nearby and waddles to them as fast as she can. Waddle, waddle, waddle. And ends up falling in a ditch. She realized that it's not a ditch she tripped into, but words. Some weirdo dug out Drea, into the ground. She gets up and makes it to the porta potty, but it's locked. Someone is in there. So she waddles into the house, lots of waddling. Someone whispers her name, and she's shambling all over the structure trying to get out, but it's not working. She hears a phone ring. The voice says, "It's for you, Stacy. Answer the phone." Her bladder is ready to just explode, but she makes it to the phone and answers it. Time's almost up. Only 2 more lilies in our bouquet. Stacy feels him behind her and turns around. Oh my God, it's you. Bum, bum, bum.
Stacy wakes up in a gasp. She's in bed with Chad, and she peed herself again.
Oh no! Oh.
Oh, it's the worst. Oh, it's the worst. Stacy tries everything to get Chad to leave, but he won't budge, not wanting to leave her while she's obviously upset. That's when Drea comes into the room.
Bum, bum, bum.
No.
Just keeps getting worse and worse for Stacy here. Damn.
It keeps getting worse. Drea drops the coffee and muffin she brought for Stacy, saying that she bought her breakfast. Chad tries to quickly diffuse the situation by telling her it's not what it looks like, but she just yells at him to not talk to her. Then she yells at Stacy about how could you do this to her? Stacy tries to tell her that nothing happened, but not even the spilled coffee on the floor believes her. Chad tries to back her up, saying that they were just studying. Drea is having none of it, saying that it's no wonder Stacy didn't pick up any of her calls last night. She was too busy, she guesses. They look and see the phone buried under some clothes. Stacy tries to tell her that she didn't hear it ring, and Drea just screams bullshit and that Amber warned her that this would happen, and how much Stacy likes Chad. This makes Stacy flinch because she thought she hid it oh so well.
Mm-hmm.
Chad tries to gaslight Drea by saying it was no big deal, that it was just studying, and he just wanted to make sure Soccer Freak didn't call again. Drea tells him to fuck off, and Chad says Stacy's his friend too, and if he wanted to hang out with her, he can, because it's not like they're dating or anything anymore. Chad then leaves before getting caught by the RA. Stacy tries to talk Drea down, but Drea says friends don't shit on each other like she just did. Okay, seriously, it's more like piss on her, but come on. Stacy is hurt that Drea doesn't believe her lie about nothing happening, but Drea believes nothing happened, just not because Stacy didn't want it to. She says that there's no way Chad would want Stacy after being with her. She rips the covers off Stacy, thinking she'll discover something scandalous since Stacy still hasn't gotten out of bed, but discovers Stacy went to bed. Oh.
Dun, dun.
So shocked.
What's worse? Well,
at least Chad didn't realize it.
How could you not realize that you're sitting in a pile of pee?
You feel it
He's
creeping.
a dude.
You feel it creeping and then absorbing into your clothes.
It's gross.
I have a child. I know this.
It's gross.
That's my life. I've lived that life.
It's gross. And look, beds in dorm rooms are not that big.
No.
They're twin size.
won't be
They're
big.
tiny.
They won't be have absorbent mattress protectors or anything like that on. It's gonna spread. It's gonna be cheap and nasty. It's gonna spread.
How did he not notice that there are bags underneath the sheets? Why is your bed so crinkly?
Yeah.
And that it just straight up smells like piss in their dorm room.
Constantly.
It's gross.
We're getting ahead of ourselves, ladies.
We
We're
are.
getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
So anywho, Stacy spends the next school day in fear of Drea telling everyone about her secret. Yeah. When getting dinner, she runs into Veronica and asks if she'd like to sit with her and her friends so they can work on the strategy against Stalker Freak. But Veronica is instantly hostile, saying that she doesn't think it's serious, that Drea is the stalker and just wants to scare her away from Chad since Drea is so jealous of her. Stacy is still determined to protect Veronica and she just walks away. Stacey heads over to her friend's table, hesitantly, still worried that Drea told everyone, which becomes very clear that she at least told Amber by the fact that they are now making subtle pee jokes at Stacey. Subtle pee jokes. Stacey tries to reiterate that nothing happened with Chad, but Drea says she knows that Stacey is so not Chad's type, and why would he go for you when he has me? Then Stacey says what we've been thinking this whole book. Maybe because he thinks you're a bitch. Oh, hallelujah. That is when Chad comes to the table. One thing leads to another, and Drea tells Chad and PJ how Stacey wets the bed. Secret's out. Amber is horrified that Drea told them and calls her an ass. Stacey, totally, understandably humiliated, stands up and walks away.
Good for you, girl. Good for you. Don't sink to Drea's level. Good for you.
Uncool, Drea. Uncool.
No.
Drea's such a
Chad,
bitch.
she really is. Like, oh my god. Poor girl. Oh. Chad finds Stacey in the library later and tells her he thinks she's fantastic just the way she is.
Pee and all.
Pee and all. Pee and all.
Which?
It's appropriate with this book. Go right ahead. And how he likes how he is when he's around her. Then Amber shows up. Seems she and Chad were both searching for Stacey. Chad leaves for hockey practice now that Amber's here, and Amber apologizes for joking about the pee situation earlier and asks why is it happening. Stacey explains how it's because of her nightmares, and she doesn't really know why. They begrudgingly head back to Stacey's dorm room to plan how to protect both Drea and Veronica from Stalker Freak. They decide it's best to go to Veronica and convince her that she needs help.
Veronica wants no part of it when the girls arrive at her room and try to talk to her. Suddenly, Drea spots a familiar piece of fabric sticking out of Veronica's jewelry box. It's her monogrammed hanky that Stalker Freak stole. Veronica says Drea stuffed it in her mailbox to scare her and that she's not falling for it and that they all need to leave her alone or she'll call security. Since Veronica won't play ball, they decide they'll just follow her and keep an eye on her from a distance. Later that night, as they're sitting outside Veronica's dorm room, they realize it's deathly quiet inside. So they break in to make sure she's okay. Turns out she crawled out of the window. So they decide to search her room for clues. Drea gets her hanky back, and they find a note in the trash saying to mind your own business. They also discover an email from Chad saying that he saw and hid her cheat sheets for her and that she should go sneak into the school to get rid of the evidence. They decide to go after Veronica to keep her safe, but Drea doesn't want to go in and they refuse to leave Drea alone, so she has a panic attack. Donovan and Chad come by, and Donovan helps Drea through the attack while Chad calls 911. Amber and Donovan ride with Drea in the ambulance, while Stacey and Chad go to the school to find Veronica.
Stacey asks Chad about the email he sent to Veronica, but he has no clue what she's talking about. He never sent Veronica an email. Dude needs to check his passwords. This is number 2.
He does. This is... Check your sent folder, okay?
Yeah. When they arrive at the classroom, it's too late. Veronica is on the ground, dead, head bashed in by a planter.
Oh my god.
Stacey wakes up later the next day feeling confused. The phone is ringing and it's Chad. They talk about finding Veronica and how the cops think he did it and how he needs her to believe him, but that he didn't do it. Stacey does, though she's still drained and emotional from finding Veronica dead. Amber comes by after that and they talk about how they are wigged out about Veronica dying and how classes are cancelled for the week. Stacey thinks Amber is being cold about the death, but Amber says she feels bad but doesn't need to fall apart over someone she didn't even like. since Amber makes
Which is understandable.
a fairly
It's totally
valid point.
understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She moves on and asks if Drea spent the night at the hospital. After some back and forth, they realise Drea never made it back to the dorm last night and that she's missing. Amber said she walked her to the lobby but not all the way to the door because she had to go talk to PJ. So now, on top of them panicking over Drea, there is a cop at the door wanting to get Stacey's statement from last night. Amber freaks out and runs away through the window, not wanting to talk to the cop. This window is seeing a lot of action.
I was about to say the same things. Like, that window has lots of traffic going through it. The cop, Officer Tate, walks in and talks to Stacey about everything that happened with Veronica the night before. Stacey is frazzled and only really cares about Drea being missing. The cops have her call her mom and then take her to the station for her statement. The cop asks her all kinds of questions, leading her to believe that they do think it was Chad that killed Veronica. Afterwards, she reiterates that Drea is missing and they need to find her. Find her! Officer Tate tells Stacey to calm down, which always works when you tell a girl to calm down, and to start from the beginning. So she does. She tells her everything from her dreams to the calls to the card readings to the stolen laundry, the letters, and the lilies. They don't believe her, obviously. They think that Drea crashed with a friend since they were fighting. But even if that's the case, Officer Tate promises that she'll keep an eye out and look for Drea. Sure. Sure, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Stacey knows it's up to her to find Drea. Which is so stupid.
It's so stupid. When Stacey gets back to her dorm, she decides to have a seance using Scrabble tiles to ask her grandma for help. All she really gathers is that her dreams will help her find Drea. So she heads out to the forest. Before leaving, Stacey calls Officer Tate to let her know where she's going and what she's doing. As she's in the forest, Amber calls her freaking out, saying she's ready to talk to the cops and that she needs Stacey there. She tries to tell her no, but Amber isn't having it, telling her to just hurry and get here before hanging up on her. Stacey just continues on her trek in the woods, ignoring Amber because Drea needs her. She then hears someone following her as she stumbles and impales her foot on a stick. Oh. Someone then whispers, "Stacey, is that you?" It's Donovan. He squats down, asking if she saw them and if they're gone. Stacey doesn't know what he's talking about, but he ignores her while he helps pull the stick out of her foot. Donovan tries to get Stacey to head back to the dorm, saying it's not safe, but Stacey won't hear of it. So he tells her to wait here while he goes to check if the coast is clear. Stacey doesn't wait. She keeps going and finds the house structure from her dreams and goes inside. Stacey finds a picnic set up with a backpack next to it. She rifles through it and finds a Coke can with Drea's signature pink lipstick mark, a half-eaten bar of Drea's favorite chocolate, Drea's physics notebook, and Drea's pink bra. That's when Amber calls, demanding to know where Stacey is and telling her that she intercepted Officer Tate, saying Stacey was going to join her. Stacey hangs up and feels the fear that no one is coming to help.
He's in the building. He's calling out for her. Donovan, stalker freak. He says she scared him, that he couldn't find her outside, and he was worried. Stacey just looks him dead in the eye and asks where Drea is, and tells him that she's not leaving without her. He tries to convince her that it's not safe and that they need to leave. She almost believes. Almost. But then she says she's not going anywhere. Donovan attacks her, pinning her to the wall. They struggle and fight until she's able to run away. And now she has to pee.
Yeah.
It clicks in her mind then. She knows where Drea is.
Dun, dun, dun. Stacey makes her way to the porta potty and finds it jammed shut. She uses a rock to break it open and it works. There's Drea, all taped up and crying her eyes out. As Stacey tries to unbind Drea, She jerks around and wails like a banshee, making it very difficult to free her. Once she's free of the tape, Stacy tries to carry her to safety until she feels a blade pressed to her throat. Drea falls to the fetal position, rocking back and forth. She obviously needs a doctor, but the unhinged Donovan doesn't even notice that. He uses the knife to make Stacy sit as he tends to Drea, saying he's sorry for tying her up, but he couldn't let her leave. He had to make her understand. He loves her, and that's why he did all this. Stacy yells to him that he killed Veronica and sent her notes. He says it was just an accident, that she took his surprise and twisted it, that she wanted to scare Drea enough to leave campus so she could have a chance with Chad. So he had to stop her. He didn't want to hurt her. She just left him no choice. He's saying all this to Drea while stabbing the ground over and over again, like a psycho. Yeah. He even stabs himself in the knee, but still keeps going with the stabbing. Stabby stab. Stacy tries to attack him with a tree branch, but for someone unhinged, he's really fast.
Someone unhinged and stabbed in the knee. He's fast.
Yeah, just stab. He pins her to the tree with the knife. That's when Drea finally wakes up and yells at him, distracting him long enough for Stacy to get the knife away from him. And right on cue, the police arrive and arrest Donovan. Stacy runs to Drea, hugging the daylights out of her. Finally, the nightmare has ended.
But not the pee.
Never the pee.
Never the pee. 3 months later, Drea has come back to campus to testify against Donovan. No one was surprised that he was her stalker. Everyone knew how crazy he was for her, but they didn't know just how unhinged he was. So, with Drea back, Stacy and friends decide to set up a going-away party at the Hangman Cafe. Drea's going to spend the rest of the year at home, which is very understandable. She loves the surprise party, and they eat junk food while reminiscing about the good times they had until it's time for Drea to leave. Before she does, she gives Stacy her blessing to be with Chad and says that she loves them both. Afterwards, a happy Stacy and Chad kiss and start their relationship. Pee pants and all.
Pee break?
So much pee. I think we should take a pee break. I think we should.
We need a pee break.
We need a pee break.
Yes.
Right,
yes,
pee break.
after all that pee.
Pee break. Pee break.
These days, more authors are including mental health content in their books. But do you ever wonder how accurate some of this stuff is?
Or do you ever read something where you know the author just gets it?
I'm Elise.
And I'm Priscilla.
And we are Novel Feelings, a podcast where we discuss mental health issues in fiction novels.
We are psychologists and book lovers, and we have a lot of opinions.
So look for Novel Feelings wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, back to your show.
We're back. I hope everyone had a nice pee and enjoyed that promo from another podcast.
Did you all wash your hands for 20 seconds?
Yes, of course.
Not
Amanda.
me. I peed all over myself. I peed in my chair. I peed in my pants.
Did you pee on your sheets? Please tell me you peed on your sheets.
I peed on my sheets.
Thank goodness.
And then I smelled it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to say at this juncture before we start getting into this any further. I mean, we're pretty deep. Incontinence is a real problem, and if you suffer from incontinence, go to the doctor.
Yeah, if you wet your bed every night, unless it's helping you solve a potential murder, then you should probably go have it checked out.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah. Okay, now with the piss takes.
This book is ridiculous.
It is.
It is. I love it.
See, endorsed. Standout moments. Constance?
All the pee. I still think about the study session part where Chad sits on Stacy's notes, and she's just like, and leaves a butt print on her homework, and she's like, I want to frame that. I'm just like, damn, Stacy, you're a horn dog. Like, get it under control.
Do you think that there was pee that seeped into the homework sheet from it being
Not
on
from
her bed?
Chad's butt.
Yeah, but it's on her mattress. Her mattress has to just be a giant pee.
So one half of the book,
pee sponge.
one half of the book is butt print from Chad, and the other half is just saturated pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
You'd have to get a box frame. You couldn't get a flat frame. It'd have to be a box frame for that then.
Yeah. Can we acknowledge how just emotionally all over the place Drea is? I mean, yeah, she's being stalked and someone wants to kill her, whatever. But dear God, bitch, to just psycho, like, panic attack in the corner, like, debilitating panic attack to the point where they need to call an ambulance multiple times.
Yeah, she needs like medical assistance. Like,
it's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
it's not
needs
like little
help with
stuff.
that.
Like, full blown. It's just insane how quick, like a switch, she can be like fetal position to, excuse you, why are you dreaming about my boyfriend who's not really my boyfriend?
Why are you dreaming about my boyfriend? Why are you all over my boyfriend? And why does he like you when clearly I'm right here, but I'm also making goo-goo eyes at Donovan and every other boy that walks by?
Yep.
She's too much for me. She's
and
over the top.
And it wasn't mentioned in the summary, but one of the things that they talk about when having girl talk was how Drea essentially does like sex talk with Donovan with unknown guy caller.
Yeah.
Like they pretty much have phone sex and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, and you just say you're just friends. No wonder dude was a little confused.
She completely. I mean, I don't want to victim blame, but you don't do that. Like,
yeah, no.
You don't have phone sex with a complete stranger who's calling you. Yeah. Goodness knows what time. You know, if somebody's calling you at 2-3 a.m, that's not normal. Like. Normal
unless
behavior.
You work nights.
Well, unless you're a night baker, that's fair. But generally speaking, out of the blue, it's school age in a dorm. If somebody's calling you at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it's bad. You don't have phone sex with them, and you should know who you're having phone sex with. I mean, if you want to have phone sex, go for it. You know, no judgment.
Sure.
But just know who you're having phone sex with. Yeah.
I have a question about this. Okay, she's having phone sex with a stranger, as far as she knows, in the room with her friend.
Who's peeing the bed.
Who's constantly peeing the bed. Now, that's weird, first of all.
Yeah.
But, secondly, Donovan is Chad's roommate, and does Chad not find it odd that either one, he's also having phone sex, because, you know, they don't star 69 every time in this one. They don't know where he's calling from every single time he calls. So one, he's either having phone sex in his dorm room with his friend, or he's sneaking out in the middle of the night to go use the payphone, which doesn't anyone notice that? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Why isn't anyone paying attention to Donovan?
Do you know they keep calling this campus security as well? And about the smallest little things. So there must be quite a lot of campus security. But none of them, not one single one, noticed the guy in the phone box beating one off.
Nope.
It's just Donovan again beating his meat. Okay.
It's just Donovan. He's fine.
Just him. He's fine. Does it all the time. Really?
I don't know. I feel like there might be a guy code. Like, hey, I'm gonna wank off here for a minute. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom or something. I'm gonna go take a shower or something. Well, have fun.
Cool.
Is it
I'm
like
just
sock
gonna
on the
I feel
doorknob
like
kind
you
of
put the
might be
thing?
headphones on, like.
Yeah,
Well,
I feel like
it's the sock on the
something-
doorknob, isn't it? Like, if you see the sock on the doorknob, don't come in. But when it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, he's probably already in bed.
Maybe
It's
they're
weird.
curled up in the corner, being very quiet and whispery.
And all you can hear is the
Oh my
sheets. And the whisper of, yeah, what are you wearing? Tell me more. I'm a crazy stalker. Tell me more.
Oh my god.
It's just not, you can't paint this to be nice. It's not going to work.
No. None of this is okay. None of this is
No.
okay. And you know he's got his sketch pad out too. And so if Chad was in the room and he happened to look over, he would be like, "Oh, excuse me, friend. You're jacking off to my girlfriend? Who are you creepily whispering to while you're touching your penis? Looking at a picture of my girlfriend."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He
None
has
of
it
this
pinned
is-
to the wall while he's on the phone. And
He
just
does.
like,
He probably does.
He probably has it on the ceiling, to be fair, so he can just lie back and look up. You know? It's weird.
It's not okay.
It's not.
This is a
None
great
of this is
episode.
okay.
Consent is key. None of it like that.
Mm-mm.
Stop.
Also, another question, why didn't, I mean, I understand why the cops didn't take Stacy seriously about the dreams, but why didn't they take the statement that another student was missing who also got letters like Veronica, who, like, essentially the whole reason was because of her. She's missing right after someone just got murdered. Why not even bother to look into it? Why is like, yeah, honey, we'll look into it. It's like, do something. Someone just died, and now you hear someone's missing. Do something.
It
Yeah,
was the most condescending pat on the forearm, wasn't it? Going, there, love, will be okay.
No. Someone who you found out is getting stalker notes is dead. And now someone else who's getting stalker notes is missing. They don't care at all. It's not good.
1 +
No.
1 equals sandwich.
She's probably just spending the night somewhere else on account of you pissing the bed every night.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I'd be like, hey, can I sit with you? My roommate can't stop pissing herself in my room. Stinks.
Question about
My
that.
room just smells like pee always.
She keeps telling us, like Stacey keeps saying, that they have candles. She has candles, and she has
Incense cones and...
all the time, even though they're not supposed to have them at the door. But the person doesn't care. Mm-hmm. You would still smell the pee. You'd still smell
especially
it.
because she's covering it up with musk-scented candles and musk-scented incense. That's just not good.
It's just going to spiral it out of control and just exasperate the problem. I just.
Woman needs to invest in Depends.
Well, that's it. She if she's starting to pee herself so much, okay, I can understand putting the carrier bag. She says when she's at the grocery store, she gets extra carrier bags to put underneath to form a mattress protector. That's fine. That's fairly sensible, actually. I mean, get a waterproof bed protector would be better, but that is a fine alternative. But also, while you're at the grocery store getting the extra bags, get some friggin' liners and wear your pants and put the liners in. That's going to absorb the pee. And then it's even easier to clean up. And they'll absorb the pee.
She should put the bag on herself, too.
Yeah. It's just...
Yeah, just cut some little leg holes, just pull it.
Just something.
So the bags catch the pee.
I mean, even if you use, like, big sanitary towels, like the huge Uber ones that look like bricks, stick a couple of those between your legs. It'll catch some of the pee and it'll help absorb some of the smell. She's just not thinking about this.
No,
and we obviously
really not.
have
and
a lot.
We have. We've been talking about pee nonstop for the past week. But
yeah,
she even has an out because Drea comes in one time while she's like changing the sheets or changing her pants or something. And she's like, "Oh, did you have an accident?" Meaning, did you get your period in the middle of the night? And now,
Make the Japanese flag.
Right. It's built in right there. Just be like, yeah, I should probably go and get some giant fucking pads or something because it's bad and I had an accident. Sure. Put it there.
Exactly. And at the age that they are, in theory, you're still learning your courses. You're still learning heaviness and when it is. And, it doesn't matter how long you have your period for, you can still be caught unawares. And you can still have accidents. It doesn't matter. She's 16, 17? It's gonna happen. In theory, this could even be her first one, She may not have had them earlier. It's like, frustration. So much frustration.
And so much pee everywhere.
So much pee.
All the pee.
All pee.
I'll just wait for the second. Just wait for the sequel. Spoiler, throw up. Vomit everywhere. Just vomit.
I'm curious about that. Because, look, okay, I'm skipping ahead to surprises here because learning that the pee was a clue to where Drea was going to be hidden. Constance, you said that the next one is about vomit. How is the vomit going to be a clue?
Oh, it's a pretty big clue. Like,
what does she vomit out and suddenly it tells you the word?
Actually, there was a thing, but I'm not gonna. Spoilers. There's a thing.
It's probably not. It's probably not okay to spoiler the next book that we're not even talking about. But
it's a tenuous. The P is a tenuous clue, though. Really, I mean, it is tenuous, and it's awful. But every time it was mentioned, I laughed, and it's a serious problem. And that the whole stalker thing is a serious problem. The fact that she's wetting herself is a serious problem, and that incontinence is a serious problem. But I found myself laughing. And
it's because of the situation. It keeps happening in these situations that makes it funny.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're getting hot and heavy with the guy, and you're just like, "Fuck, I have to pee," or you're in the middle of a test and everyone's acting weird. Fuck, I have to pee. Starting with the guy, like, "Fuck, I have to pee." Just the fact that it's constant and it's in all these just not opportune times, you're just like, dang it.
Would you reduce your fluid intake at this point as well? Make sure that you're not eating food that has high water content like mushrooms and celery, and also that you're not drinking quite so much. Almost dehydrate yourself a little bit just so you don't have a full bladder in the middle of the night to pee everywhere. She's obviously keeping very hydrated through this entire process to ensure
she is drinking lots
clean,
of tea.
Good fluid.
Like, go to the bathroom before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Just empty it out then. It's magic pee.
It's magic pee. It's just there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All pee.
Claire, what surprised you?
That no one smelled the pee.
No, they did. They
Eventually.
did. Like,
no,
like in the beginning too. Amber's like, "Why does it smell like pee in here?" And even Paige's like, "What are you burning? Excrement or something?"
Ugh, yeah,
like,
they can all smell it, and she's like, "No, it's just my incense. I just really love the smell of this incense. It smells like my piss."
It was too much. It was too much, and I was getting a headache from all the friggin' incense. Like,
yeah.
It was like, when you go to like Yankee Candle and you walk in there, or like Lush, and the smell is just overwhelming and it catches in your throat and your nose, and you're like, it was like that, but in a book. How does that work? It was weird. Some weird psychosomatic pee, musky, incense weirdness was taking place.
It's magic.
Magic.
Yeah, exactly. Question.
I have a question. Oh!
It might be the same one as I have, so you can go for it.
Okay. Does she have the same sheets? Like multiple copies of the same sheets? Because if she's changing her sheets every single time she pees, surely Drea would notice.
I think she's got at least two sets of sheets, because she had one in the laundry and she was still using her bed, and there was knowledge in that she'd made her bed. So she has two sets of sheets. She needs more, frankly. Yeah. But she's got two sets of sheets.
One pair was stolen from the laundry.
Right.
So she has to have multiple.
That's also gross. Like, what did Donovan do with the pee sheet? Because
I think he just left it in the bag.
I think he used it as a tent, and then he called Drea, and they had phone sex, and he had it so it had some kind of extra, 4-dimensional aspect to it.
I like that Donovan didn't even question that it was Drea's. Or maybe he did. Maybe he spent a day or two like, is this Drea's? No, this can't be Drea's sheet. But what if it was?
It doesn't smell like Drea's pee.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Do you think that he was like, should I really be like so into this girl if she pees her bed? And then he's like, yes.
Yeah, this adds to it. This is the juicy element to their relationship.
Like, he had to be in their dorm room to, like, all right, are these Drea sheets or Stacy's sheets?
I mean, kind of understood that they were just bog standard sheets. Like, just plain white that everybody gets 2 or 3 sets of.
I don't know.
I mean, they're mixed in with Drea's stuff, so...
Yeah. But maybe he saw Stacy going into the laundromat or wherever they do laundry on campus. Maybe he saw her going in with the bag.
You think you saw her smell the bra?
Ew.
This is disgusting, and I'm just gonna pile it on here because this episode is just vile. But I've just imagined him. He turns the bra upside down and then sniffs around the base of the cup to get, the really good under bra sweat smell. I'm sorry. This entire
that's a
book
surprise
was
for
just...
me.
That was a surprise for you?
The bra sniffing, because when I was rereading this again, I forgot that was a thing, and when that happened, I was taken aback, and I was like, wait, Stacy, what? Stacy, what?
No.
It's like, it took me aback. I forgot that was a thing in the book, that she smelled the bra because she felt the vibrations and could smell the dirt. It was just like, no, you don't need to smell, no. Don't smell your best friend's bra, no.
No, that's weird. And also, didn't it smell like pee?
It would have by the time she got to it.
Threw it in the bag.
Everything smells like pee.
Everything.
Yeah. All pee all the time. How many times have I said it so far in this episode?
I don't know.
At least 5.
It's at least 5. Shop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Favorite character?
I have a question.
Oh yeah, what's your question?
That's not related to pee. I know.
Shocking.
I know. Shocking.
That's the best part of this book, though.
It is.
It's gross, but it's also hilarious, and it's all the time.
It is. Because the first time it happens, you go, what? Oh, okay. Why did Amber lie about talking to the police? Literally, in your room, the police are knocking on the door. Oh, I haven't talked to them. I'm going to skip out this window. They love skipping out that window. That window sees more traffic than a doorway. But why did Amber lie about talking to the police?
I don't think she necessarily lied. Like, she's... I don't think she considers, like, she sat down and talked to him. She talked in passing to a cop before she, like, ran away. She didn't want to get in trouble. She wanted to get away from the cop. What I don't get is why she's like, I'm ready to talk to the cops. About what?
About what?
They know everything that you would be telling them.
Yeah.
Like, I need you there for me. I understand wanting support for talking to cops. I'm personally not really comfortable around cops. I get anxious even when I'm doing nothing. I'm just like, oh God, did I do something? I see a cop nearby. What did I do? I personally feel anxious, but I feel anxious.
See, in America, I think that's perfectly agreeable because, your cops are armed as well. Like,
Yeah.
the first time I ever saw a gun was in New York City, or, well, Orlando Airport, but New York City in the street, and it was on the hip of a policeman, and it was like, what the hell? That's freaking huge! And I was terrified because, you know, it's just not a thing over here.
Yeah. I just say I don't think Amber realized that she gave the cops information. I feel like she just told them some bullshit so she could get away and not be in trouble, and just didn't want to talk to them because she was uncomfortable. I mean, she's a minor and this is a cop and a person was murdered, and she was just very uncomfortable. I think she kind of felt it to the extreme.
Yeah.
Like, why run out the window? Just be there with Stacy so she's not alone with them. But
she went out the
it
window because it's the only place they know how to go in and out that bloody room.
True.
I also feel like she probably left because I feel like she's a rule breaker, and maybe she's done something in the past that she feels like she would get in trouble for, or the fact that she keeps going in and out of people's windows. She would probably get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's her issue too. She's done something, or she's constantly breaking all of the rules. So
yeah, would make
constantly
sense.
Going into other people's rooms through the window and peeing in their beds.
I mean, in the beginning of the book, around 4 a.m., she comes to their dorm rooms like, I need snacks. What were you doing that would require you to need snacks at 4 a.m.?
She's probably high, which is probably another reason why she wants to avoid the cops. Because you can't tell me that she's not smoking pot all the time.
Oh, she's
baked yeah, that makes sense.
all the time. That's the character. Yeah, that's the character I built in my head for Amber.
In the car when she dropped Drea off and she's like, I need to go talk to PJ. They got hot boxed in his car.
They did. Yep.
They did. Oh my god, so much makes sense now.
And also, the light bulbs.
I didn't. That was the thing that confused me. It's just like, what were they talking about in the car? Like, why did she have to go back and talk to them? To him and
she
stuff.
Had to go,
like,
they had to go smoke weed. That's definitely what it was.
Had to get hot box.
Yes, and PJ also mentioned something like smelling like skunk in their room, which is, you know, that's a weed thing.
Eau de excrement.
Yeah.
Cannot say that.
So, well, we figured that out. We figured out what's going on with Amber. She's constantly high because she's constantly got the munchies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We figured it out.
There we go. That solves it.
Yep.
Chad. Should we talk Chad for a moment as well? Because a lot of books that we've been reading, the YA books, and I particularly can't help but think like the cast books, the jock is always a dick. An absolute dick. Please see all House of Night episodes and Spells Trouble last week.
But Jax is fine.
But Jax is fine. Jax is the exception to the rule. Chad seemed like a nice guy, like, overall. I just felt he kept leading on Stacey and he kept leading on Drea. It was like, tell Drea, no. Tell Drea, that's it. I'm friends with these people. You are not the boss of me. I can come and see people if I want to. Stand up a little bit to her because she's a bitch. And also, sort your shit out when it comes to Stacey and stop leading her on. Yeah. I mean, he was, but he wasn't a dick.
I mean, he did a little bit, and in the summary, it had to cut out a lot of it because, again, they were going to get caught by the RA, and just, it was a lot of like going over beating a dead horse. You can't just say, Drea, stop it, she's my friend. I can see her if I want to see her on repeat. But he did try to tell Drea's like, we're not dating. It doesn't matter if she's my friend or not, or if we're doing anything or not. It shouldn't matter to you. I mean, I understand that you're upset. We did date. Like, first boyfriend girlfriend situation between them. I understand nothing really happened, wink wink, but it doesn't matter. We're not even dating, so it shouldn't even matter if it did or not.
Drea should stop being such a selfish bitch and actually say, you know what, I'm uncomfortable with the fact that my best friend is trying to date my ex-boyfriend. I can see that's where it wants to go, but I'm uncomfortable with that. But then have a conversation and work those feelings out. Because you're freaking 16. Act like it.
But she's also having phone sex with someone else over in the house.
Yes! So technically, you know, she's got no leg to stand on.
I will say in defense of Drea that have you guys seen Oklahoma at all? The play, you know, the song
Years ago.
There's a song in it where like, I'm just a girl that can't say no, constantly kissing everybody, something. I was kind of like that in high school too. If a guy was interested in me and I had an inkling, like I showed interest and stuff, like, and whatnot. I can understand.
Constance, are you admitting that you had freaky phone sex with an unknown person back in
No.
high school? Because that's
I
what's
did
coming
not.
across right now.
No,
Or
I'm just
that
saying, if a
you
guy
are
showed interest-
constantly peeing the bed.
It's got to be one of those two.
Neither.
It's got to be one of those
Neither.
two.
Then I will choose the phone sex one because that's less messy. But that's a good would you rather. Pee the bed or phone sex with a stranger?
No. Neither of those. I quit Would You Rather.
Would You Rather was a lovely game we used to play in the past.
Until Constance ruined it with the word question.
This experiment's gone awry.
Yikes.
All I'm saying is I can understand a teenager who is dealing with all those hormones and like has attraction to people and she can't really say no when she's dealing with interest. I can understand. I was like that for like a month when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I can understand it too.
that.
I can get it. I can get that. But I also think she needs to have some level head of maturity and actually have a conversation with a friend instead of accusing a friend and being a bitch to a friend. Because it's not a friend. This is probably one of the biggest problems I had with Dre, is that she pretends she's a friend when she's really, really not. And Stacey's trying to help her, but she's not trying to help herself. Or, you know, she's not accepting what Stacey's trying to do. She just constantly seems to backfire to her and fight with her, and it's just abrasive. And it didn't feel like an actual friendship. It was, or at least it was very one-sided.
Yeah, extremely one-sided.
Yeah, I think high as fuck Amber was everybody's best friend in this one. She's the one that I would pick.
That's because she was high as fuck and all she wanted was your snacks.
Yeah.
She had a bag of snacks as well.
She did, and she was always eating snacks. And then, oh my god, and then there was that time when they were sitting outside Veronica's dorm, and she was like, guys, I really need to go get snacks. And then she was gone for an hour.
Yes.
Because she was getting high. Oh my god, this
she-
explains so much.
Yeah.
Didn't she steal a granola bar from Veronica's fridge as well?
Yes.
Yeah. After she came back with, like, chips and gummy bears.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she eats
Because
the snack bar.
she'd probably gone to see PJ and got high with him again.
Yep.
This makes so
We
much
broke
sense.
the code. We broke the Amber code.
Yep.
We broke it. We now understand why Amber was so sketchy the whole time. It was because she was getting high.
Yeah, and she's like,
Everything she got.
yeah, I was gone for an hour because I had to, like, find change in all of my pants. Like, yeah,
I had to
man.
go back to my room, and then I had to go get the food, and hey, I'm back now. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm back now. It's been an hour, and, you know, we're worried about people getting murdered, but it's cool because I made it back. I made it back,
Oh yeah, that's why she had
guys.
to
Do you
get
wanna
high. She was
gummy
so
bear?
stressed. If anything, Drea needs to have a little.
She does.
You see, I think that,
Yeah.
that this could be the cosplayer as well. It's just you raiding the fridge. And then you're like, oh, you're sticking out. You can just see some crisps. Yeah.
Yes.
Baked Amber
Yes.
eating snacks.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about being Amber because she has a couple of really fantastic makeup looks described.
Oh yes.
like the rubber duck eyeshadow, I'm into that. And then there's another time where she's wearing like sea green lipstick, into it.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
thinking of just a
So
really
you need to be
weird makeup
baked,
look.
amber, eating snacks, great makeup, boom.
Eating gummy bears.
Yeah.
Eating gummy
Amber
bears.
was always my favorite
That's going to
character
be the
in the
trying
book.
thing for you.
Just because of how colorful she is and how she was always kind of the better friend to Stacy. Like, she was understanding. Yeah, she teased her about the peeing, but once it got like real heavy and like Drea spilled it to everybody, even was like, whoa, too far, dude. We can tease her. We're girls. We have to deal with bodily functions all the time because of stupid periods. But whoa, don't bring the dudes into this in front of the guy she likes. That's way too far. And
You see, you're very persuasive. You're both very persuasive. I really struggled to select a favourite. Like, I just wanted to shake them all. But now the more we're talking about Amber, the more I'm like, yeah, actually, you've won me over. Amber was the best.
Amber's the best. Amber's the best in this whole thing. Especially that scene you were just talking about, Constance, where Drea's like, oh yeah, and by the way, Chad, she pees the bed. And Amber's like, whoa, too far. That is way too much. That was what sealed the deal for me with Amber. At first I was worried because, she was making pee jokes too, but then she was like, hey, no. Too much.
It's a private joke. Wink, wink.
That's it. When you're best friends with someone, you can take the pee out of them. Nobody else can take the pee. That's when the defences come up. Yeah. And you're like, no. I'm allowed to, you're not. And that's fine. I think even Stacey didn't mind it so much when Amber was doing it because it felt like it was friendly rubbing, not, malicious.
It was not malicious.
Not like Drea. Drea was malicious. Amber was just being teasing. Yeah. Okay. Don't break the friend code.
No.
Drea needs to be put on bipolar medication. Like, hands down.
She needs some sort of assistance.
Yes. Definitely, even more so now.
Or she needs to go and smoke with Amber and PJ.
If this book was written today, she would probably have sexted online. Instead of phone sex, it would have been like chat room sex or something.
Yes. Or like she would have an app or something.
Yes. Yeah. WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or something.
Yeah.
It would probably be like Tinder or something, but it gets hacked.
Oh yeah, it's a fake picture. Like Donovan creates a mashup of him and Chad's face and draws Drea in, and they're just messaging on Tinder.
Yeah. Yes, that's probably what's happened. Like, and he's, instead of like being really good at, sketching, he's really good at Photoshop.
Oh my god.
He's made like some amalgamation of their faces.
Oh yeah, let's make him even creepier. He's a photographer and there's pictures of Drea everywhere.
And there'll be filters for days. There'll be an Instagram account that's a little bit dodgy, and if you knew about it, but it's anonymous, so it's kind of got this abstract picture for the profile, so you don't actually know who it is. But when you look into it, you kind of realise, actually, that pink curve is a bra cup. And you kind of realise that he's taking pictures of things inside our room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, we're making this creepier.
Ooh, but
kind of digging it.
It could be creepy. I mean, there were a lot of creepy things that happened, but then it was just covered with pee.
Yeah. I kind of half wish it would have gone a bit more supernatural with Donovan. Like, I think it's because I love the witch element, and I really enjoyed the grandma. It was kind of like a traditional witch, with the potato and the lemon on the cut. That was like somewhat hilarious to me. But if it's your tradition, that's fine. It was just unexpected. It was so weird, and like with the candles, and she was very nature, and I quite enjoyed that. But I kind of half wish that Donovan was some sort of supernatural. But then I think, what's scarier than just some nut job?
Yeah. That's really
You guys
creepy.
would like book 2, because it has everything you both are asking for more
I'm
of.
excited to read book 2, okay?
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it.
As soon as I can fit them in, I will read the rest of the series. That's not a problem. But like, yeah.
I think that that's going to be my I'm driving across the country read.
Yes, do
Good
it.
choice.
It's so good, especially with all the creepiness and the vomit. You'll have fun. You'll have
Good.
fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Do you know what I found quite weird about this book, though? There's so many smells, like the pee, and all the musky incense and candles, and there's just so... I have a terrible sense of smell, like really, really bad. It has to be really strong for me to be able to get it. I'm terrible. But listening to the book, because I listened to it as well, I could just smell everything, and I'm like, oh, this is gross. Oh, God, I shouldn't get this. I have a terrible sense of smell. I don't need this right now.
She's so descriptive.
Yeah. I have a really good sense of smell, and it was painful. It was painful to me because I was imagining all of these things. But, oh my God, can I just tell you that I just had a thought? And it's not smell related.
Is it pee related?
No, it's not pee related. It goes back to Amber.
Whoa.
No, it goes back to Amber and PJ being high all the time. They ate some really weird fucking shit in this book, and you know why? It's because they were high.
They were high.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's why. Oh my God.
Because they ate
We
some
broke
really
the
gross
take
stuff.
3 intelligent grown-ass women so long to realise that Amber and PJ were high the entire time. It shouldn't.
I read this book in high school, 20 plus years since I first read the book, and I've read it multiple times. It's a staple favorite. I read it pretty often, and it never clicked in my head. It never. No.
That's why it's
Wow,
so
I
great
feel dumb.
talking about books with friends.
Yes.
So
This is
great.
just revelations.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Okay, so does that bring us to time?
Yay.
It is time. It is most definitely time. Constance, is it time?
It's time.
Yay!
It's time for Would You Rather, and this one is so special. Not only is it special because Constance has been with us this entire episode, but we have the author with us, which is amazing. So, thanks for joining us. We're super excited that you're here.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you.
Wow. Before we start Would You Rather, just gotta say, Constance, you did not let us down with this book because we loved it. So that also goes to you, Laurie. We loved it so much. So we appreciate you joining us, and hopefully Constance doesn't erupt in squeeze, which she might.
Thank you for
At any
joining in
moment.
with the surprise as well for Constance.
Yes.
They tried
yes.
to not tell me and keep until now and have me have just a heart attack and faint off camera and stuff, but they took pity on me and they gave me a little notice, and so I got my main out of the way.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I've been trying to get them to do your book since forever. It's like you need to do this book, to the point where I bought them the book.
Oh, wow. Okay. And that did it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yes, but you bought us the book, and then because we love audiobooks, we bought the audiobook, so now we both have 2 copies.
Yes.
Oh, very cool. The audiobooks are brand new. How were they? I haven't heard them myself.
It was
I
good.
loved it.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Good?
really good, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was very excited when, we knew that it wasn't available in audio. Like, when Constance sent us the book, she was like, it's not available in audio, and I know that you love audiobooks, but you need to read it. So we were prepared to read it, and then I thought, maybe I'll just check one more time, and there it was, popped up. I was like, oh, I'm so excited, so bought it immediately. But yeah, the audio was really good. The narrator did a great job, and I feel badly
It's only
that I
been out for
don't
maybe a
know.
month or two, the audio.
Wow, I didn't realise it was that soon. I knew it had just come out, but I didn't realise it was that soon as well. There's still one missing, I think, from the series.
For the audio?
Yeah, at least in the UK, there's one missing from the series.
Yeah, even for us, we don't have silvers for secrets, I believe. Yeah, I think it just jumped straight to from white is for magic to red from remembrance.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
It'll probably show up though.
The fact that the Audible is showing it shows that they're probably going to get it soon. Otherwise, they won't show it at all.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while. Speaking from experience, adding audiobooks to Audible sometimes sucks. So I'm sure it'll show up. It'll be fine. And we'll buy it whenever it shows up. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're supposed to be playing Would You Rather. So, Claire, what is our first question?
Our first question was asked on social media, and it is, would you rather have just peed your pants? Sorry, you have just peed your pants. I mean...
You don't have a choice in that
You
one.
have no choice.
You have peed your pants.
Pants
Deal with it.
it's happening. Would you rather it be in front of your best friend or your significant other? And I don't want to influence anybody, but I will give you the statistics. On Facebook, 100% said in front of their besties. On Instagram, nearly split. It was 48% bestie, 52% significant other. On Twitter, only 33% are going to pee in front of their besties. 67% said their significant other. And on TikTok, 83% for their besties and 17% their significant other. So really those stats will not help because it's all over the place.
Wide range of pee pants.
Would you like some comments to help your decision and reasoning skills? Because I often try and steal the comments to answer mine.
Yes.
We had some good responses.
We did.
Yeah.
I'm going to dive into the first one. Ouija Dean on Instagram said, I went into a bar with some girls and one of them went with me to find the bathroom, but we couldn't find them on time and I peed myself a little bit laughing too much. It actually made us closer. So not bad in the end. Peeing together brings people together.
Brings people together, yes. Love that.
Bitchin' Reads on Instagram said, this was tough to answer because I'm 100% open with both.
I quite like that, actually. Brie Tart on Instagram, tough. Either way, I'd be loved and teased relentlessly in the most affectionate way. But I'm picking my BFF because we grew up together and she's seen worse. And we aren't busy together like my significant other. I want to know what your best friend has seen.
Yeah,
I do
me
too.
Book It Babe on TikTok said, I have peed my pants twice in front of my childhood bestie as a kid, so this was easy. I'm fine that I love that we're all just fine with peeing all over the place in front of everyone.
Yeah, no one's questioning the ping, just like,
no.
done it before.
It's a natural bodily function, it's fine. And the last comment we've got is from Nina D on Facebook. My best friend 100%, which is a dog. I could probably blame it on him too, even though he's the goodest boy, and he'd still be my bestie.
Excellent.
Boop the dog, Nina. Boop the dog. So, I don't know if any of that has helped any of your decisions, but over to you guys.
Laurie, who are you peeing in front of?
Oh, definitely my bestie. Yes. It seems pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
No.
To me, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take it, Amanda, you choose significant other.
I mean, look, if we're thinking about Blue is for Nightmares, and Stacy having peed herself multiple times, and then her bestie, supposedly her bestie, Drea, finds out, and then mocks her and tells everyone, I don't know if I want to deal with that. Yeah. So I'll go with my significant other. Because, Chad was like, yeah, okay, it's fine. I still like you. So I think I'm going to go with the significant other.
It helps when your
Really?
significant other is your best friend as well.
That's
If
true.
you think about it that way. Now, also, can I
That's true.
factor in the fact that, I have peed in front of my friends before? When you go out for a night out, all the girls go to the stalls at the same time, and I don't know what it's like in the US, but the stall doors never lock when you're out in nightclubs and pubs. So they're just open, and you just sit there and you just get on with life. So I haven't peed my pants, but I have peed in front of other people, and that doesn't really bother me. So I could go either way. I don't care. And technically I have peed in front of my pants with my significant other, but caveat is I was pregnant, so it was allowed, and I couldn't get to the toilet quick enough because I had to drink a lot of water for the scan, and it came out.
No, I'm not comfortable peeing in front of people. And with your story with your husband, Claire, I just have to feel like I need to add in that several years ago, my husband and I were talking about like peeing your pants, and like he actively tried to pee his pants and couldn't because he just felt so weird about it. So,
oh no, there's some kind of
does that
internal
count
blocker
for
that stops
anything?
that. There's an internal blocker that stops that. You can't like consciously pee your pants, really. But when you just can't, when you're the size of a high-rise building, and all you can do is either waddle or super waddle, as my husband put it, and the toilets are too far away, a little pee's gonna come out. It's gonna happen. Bladder, baby, pressure. Not good.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
I myself, I'm just gonna choose my bestie. Like,
Okay.
we deal with periods. Like in the beginning of the book, Dre automatically assumes, oh, you have an accident with your period. Yeah, we deal with bodily functions as a woman all the time. It makes sense. Oh, I peep a little. And it's just, it shouldn't be a big deal for it to happen. Teasing, yes, like how it was with Amber, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, can I just tell everyone here in this room right now, if any of you peed yourself, I would make fun of you.
Oh, the mocking would be merciless.
Yeah.
But it will be with love and affection. It will be an Amber mocking, not a Drea mocking.
Right.
Got to make
Yes.
that distinction.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, I loved all the bedwetting in this book. It's so much, so great. Okay, next question. This one is not nearly as pleasant. Would you rather have a stick go through your foot or step on a shard of glass?
When we say through, how through?
Oh, through.
Like
I say
full
through.
Through. All the way.
Oh, that's terrible.
I vote disgustingly through.
Yeah.
Ah.
You wrote it. It's your fault.
Yeah.
I love how we get the blame for these questions when we're not the creators of the fiction.
Nope.
No.
Nope. We just gather it all into one place. In the worst possible way.
I'm going with shard of glass.
I think the glass would be less painful, right?
It feels like it will be cleaner.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like pull
I
it
I
out.
can
agree.
agree with that.
Yeah, I want to go for glass just because it won't be as dirty as a stick. Mm-hmm.
I have stepped on a shard of glass and had to get stitches in the bottom of my foot, and that was not cool. But, you know, I would rather pick that than a stick. So, it's just glass and just step on glass all the time.
It would be
Because you don't know where
horror.
that stick has been. You don't know.
No.
Yeah, I
Well,
do have the
truth be told, you don't know about the glass either, but
It would be a bigger
That
hole.
stick was... It would be. And, that stick was by a porta potty, so it's probably not the cleanest
God.
stick.
God, I hate porta potties.
I didn't think of that. Oh no.
There's
Yeah.
never been a good porta potty in the world, ever.
I have never in my almost 37 years of life used a porta potty, and I don't plan on changing that anytime soon.
The only
So
porta
you'd
potty...
rather pee your pants?
I would pee my pants. Yes.
Nice.
Pee my pants or porta potty, I'm peeing my pants.
Have you ever been in one of the posh porta potties, though?
No.
Oh,
No.
I don't even know what that is.
A posh porta potty. Where the place I used to work, they organised a Christmas do, and it was in like the middle of the city centre, and it was this massive marquee, like it was a town square sized marquee, and they had porta potties, but they were posh porta potties with wood panelling and mirrors and like proper soap dispensers and actual flushing. There wasn't the blue stuff inside. It was like they transplanted a posh bathroom, but it was portable, so it was posh porta potties.
Oh.
They were really, really spangly, and you had to go because it was an all-you-can-drinks thing. Yeah, so you had to go. This was the same night that my dress got caught up in my pants as well, because I was a bit drunk.
So we're all stepping on the glass, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Next question.
Oof.
Glass for days.
I don't want to step on either.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Next question. Would you rather receive a menacing note, a phone call, or an email?
I'd say email. So you have actual proof of the thing. As of a phone call, yeah, you could get phone records, but you don't, unless you record it, you don't really have proof of what happened on the phone call. With the email, it's all right there. IP address, what was said, you have proof. So the cops can't ignore it. They will ignore it, but logically they won't ignore it.
Especially if they're campus police with Stacy and Drea and Amber and Amber's boobs.
Yes.
But the problem with an email is you can get all of that, but are they actually the people who sent them? Because Chad didn't know that his email account had been hacked.
Mm-hmm.
But had it been hacked, or was he just not paying attention to his extra creepy roommate?
He wasn't paying attention to his extra creepy roommate, and he did the fundamental thing of not logging out or locking your computer.
But this was several years ago, so things were a little bit different. You don't have, people aren't
you lock your
burgling
computer,
all of your personal information.
You lock your computer, or I come around and start messing with it and changing the pictures and turning your screen upside down. I used to do that back then when this book was originally...
Really?
Yeah. My favourite thing was taking a screen dump of the desktop, switching the desktop picture round so it's upside down, and then flipping the screen, and then locking the computer. And then I was a trainer. This is how bad it was. I was a trainer, and my trainees had to try and unlock the computer, and one of them believed me when I said you have to turn the keyboard upside down. So they turned the keyboard upside down, and when that didn't work, they called IT.
I don't know if I would like to have you as a supervisor.
Oh, I was a trainer, not a supervisor. They're very different things.
Yeah, still, I don't know if I want to work with you. I mean, in a real life situation, not in a virtual situation that we're currently doing right now.
Yeah, I can't flip your computer.
Yeah, you can't. You can't flip my computer.
Anywho, look about me.
I think, obviously, email would be the best option for the reasons that Constance gave if, campus security and police and all of that, did what they were supposed to do. That would be the best option. But, but then you don't know who's sending it because it could be from anyone. I feel like I don't want to get any menacing notes from anyone, but I think maybe I'd probably go with a phone call because I can ignore the phone call, right? I can just not answer the phone ever. And I know it was different then.
How would you know? Then how would you know?
I mean, I just don't answer the phone at all anyway.
Caller ID.
And caller ID was around then. If they were star 69ing people, then they definitely probably would have had caller ID, right? Or they could have. Yeah, I'm not answering the phone. I'm not answering the phone. Forget it. I don't answer the phone anyway.
What about you, Laurie?
I feel like with email, we get so much spam and everything. So I feel like kind of like what you're saying with the phone call, I feel like email is a little bit like that too. There's so much spam and garbage that comes in. You could easily ignore it and just think that it's junk. But at the same time, if you really want to be warned about something, that's not a good mentality to have.
Mm. Yeah, you're probably right.
Can't run from it.
Yeah.
Can't run from it.
Yeah.
You can use animations on an email as well. Like, I imagined the nursery rhyme animation being really creepy, and I was like, oh no, do not like.
Oh, yeah, no, I got creeped out by that. Like, why would you ever think that was cute? It's creepy.
Yeah, and that particular nursery rhyme it's horrible.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Everybody just eating each other.
Yes. Excellent choice, but no, I don't want that. I don't want that email.
Yeah.
And, some of the phone calls could have been enjoyable until it got creepy. Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Pretty...
You do not have phone sex with somebody you don't know. We established this
It's
earlier.
true.
You don't do that. At least get a name. I mean, you might not be their real name, but at least you know, like, there's some label. I don't have many rules in this world, but that's one of them.
Have the name of the person you're having phone sex with, but peeing in front of people you're fine with.
Yeah.
It all comes back to the pee.
All pee all the time.
It has to. All pee all the time. What's our next question? Constance, do you want to ask this question? Do you want to ask a question?
Yes. All right. Would you rather eat a peanut butter and barbecue chip sandwich, or drink milk with orange soda?
None of the above. Their food choices were terrible.
Personally, I think the peanut butter and barbecue chip sandwich sounds good. Like, I'd eat that.
No.
No way. That sounds so gross.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I'd dig it.
I like
really
peanut butter sandwiches and I like barbecue chips, but I can't imagine putting...
It gives a nice crunch.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Is the peanut butter crunchy or smooth? Because if you've got crunchy peanut butter and you're adding barbecue chips, that's just too much crunch.
It's yummy. I mean, peanut butter with anything is good, right? I love peanut butter.
I do love peanut butter. Maybe I should try it.
Yes. We should all just sit down and try a peanut butter and barbecue chip sandwich.
Or baby steps. You could just do it with regular potato chips and then gradually
work your way up.
Yeah.
Okay. Just ease into it. I mean, I do like putting potato chips on non-peanut butter sandwiches. That's good. So
cheese and crisp sandwiches are the boyo. The crisps in the UK. So
that was an exceptionally British sentence that you just said.
cheese and crisp sandwiches on the boyo.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a one for Annie.
So Claire, what are you doing?
Being sick with both of these options. Milk and orange soda to get. I'm sorry, no. Just no. I do not like peanut butter. Every year I try peanut butter again, and I just cannot get away with it.
Really?
I love peanut butter.
Do you like almond butter?
Peanut butter. I love it.
I can't get away with it. And
Peanut
barbecue
butter
barbecue chips, barbecue / like bacony style, because that's what barbecue tends to taste like to me. Is the flavour of regret. Like if regret had a flavour, it would be barbecue flavoured. Because whenever you eat those kind of crisps or chips, you inevitably burp it, and you're just like, oh god, I shouldn't have had that. So for me, barbecue flavour is the flavour of regret. And adding
You're
that with
making
peanut
everything
butter.
worse.
You've played Would You Rather, Amanda, yeah?
Yes, but you're making it worse.
I know, and I'm making it worse. I have to go for peanut butter and barbecue chips because at least it, in some way, sounds like it should go together, like milk and orange soda. Oh, yuck! But yeah, no, I don't like either option. What?
I think I'm gonna go with the milk and the orange soda because, like, I like flavored milk as much as I like milk. I don't like to drink milk, but
wouldn't it be fizzy? Soda's
It's like
fizzy.
an ice cream soda, except it's all melted.
yeah, I can do that.
No.
Yeah.
That made it better. Yeah, I'll drink the orange soda milk.
You're having
Do you
an
drink
ice
orange
cream
soda milk? Is
float.
this?
It's an ice cream float. You do have ice cream floats there, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's an ice cream float, but the milk is the ice cream, but it's just melted.
Yes.
So it's ice
Yeah.
cream soup and orange soda. Still rank, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do this, Laurie?
I don't know, but it was a thing that someone I knew actually liked Coca-Cola with milk. But I tried it. I have tried it all. Yeah. And I thought, oh, she might do. I thought she was more of an orange soda person.
Yeah, I definitely think so. The only one that didn't sound so bad, which we didn't include it in the Would You Rather because it wasn't so bad, was the tuna and the corn chips. I feel like that goes together a little bit better.
That was my lunch the other day.
Yeah. What if it was barbecue flavored corn chips?
You just being nasty, Constance, for the sake of being nasty.
No, I would still be okay with that. It's the peanut butter. I feel like I enjoy my peanut butter in like a sweeter fashion. So
Like a
mixing
peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. I like peanut butter and honey. Like, but then I also eat peanut butter on celery, and that's not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
I had a friend who came, she was from Uzbekistan, and she had never tried peanut butter before. Never. And so we did the peanut butter and celery for her. She didn't like it. I brought her a peanut butter cup. She liked that. So that was a fun time. You've never had peanut butter? What?
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine anyone not eating peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Peanut butter's important.
Don't worry. I rectified it as soon as I could.
Good. I'm glad. Have we all answered that question?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Don't let me forget to ask an important question about why they eat all these weird foods that we discovered possibly during our discussion.
We are going to delve into that, the revelations from Tuesday. We'll be delving.
Yeah.
Yes. A theory.
Amanda, what's our last question?
Our last question is, would you rather have Amber's style or PJ's style?
What about you, Laurie?
Amber, she's so fun, don't you think?
Yeah, we love Amber. We love Amber maybe too much, I think.
She's fun. She was fun to write. I think every group needs an Amber.
Agreed.
What part of Amber's style would you choose? I would probably go with her interesting makeup choices personally.
Her hair is fun too. Her boa, and that she sleeps with a blow-up doll.
I remember that. Yeah.
I just like her in every way, shape, and form. She also has like weird. Doesn't she carry? She carries a lunchbox as a purse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Yeah. Oh, Hello Kitty. Who doesn't love Hello Kitty?
Yeah, Amber's great.
Yeah.
I do like PJ's multicolored hair, but that's a lot of upkeep. I feel like.
Yeah.
I think Constance is probably going to go PJ then.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of gonna go PJ just because I color my hair all the time, and I'm just like, yeah, I like the colors that he goes, and yeah, I'm going to go the PJ route because me and my boy color our hair. Yeah, I love Amber. I love Amber's style, but I'm just like, I want to color my hair more.
And have a green tongue.
Yes. Dang, I don't have candy. Do I have candy?
Well, you're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah. I'm going to go Amber style as well, just because I want the lunchbox. I love the idea of the lunchbox bag. And just filling it with snacks. I like the idea of Amber going into everybody's dorm room and stealing all the snacks from the mini fridges. Putting them in our lunchbox.
She would have so many different snacks. But snacks are really important to Amber, so, I mean, it's understandable.
Exactly.
Yes. It's a necessity.
It is. It really, really is. Oh
She's
my gosh.
She's
Okay.
interesting. She's got an interesting style. It's eclectic. Who doesn't love that? Nothing
It's
goes.
true. It's true. Okay. So that was the end of Would You Rather. It wasn't as terrible as I thought it might have been.
It could have. It was the stick in the foot one. That was
The stick in the foot.
The
and
barbecue
there could have been more pee for my taste, I think.
You always want more pee.
I need all of the gross and terrible things all the time, constantly. So,
Yes.
Would You Rather is over, and it was super fun, and everyone needs to go check out the bonus episode.
I love a bonus episode.
Yeah.
Because you
I
get
do my
all
best to hold myself together.
Two
back
Season
to back.
of the Witch
yeah.
has given you 2. It's magic. Magic.
Yes, it is magic.
What?
Ooh. So just think of how fantastic the Would You Rather was, and probably multiply it by like 12 because we talk about some weird shit in the bonus episode.
Both.
Yeah. So now it's time for favorite final thought quote.
Okay, I've got 2.
You've got 2. Okay.
Which
what
makes
are
a
your
change
2?
considering the past few weeks I've had like 16 million.
Excellent.
I
Yeah, you know,
basically
I
read the
have
book.
2. I have 2 too, but they're like chunky.
Oh, mine are okay. Mine are okay. So I'm going to go with the
Okay.
first one. If tearing someone's acrylic nails off, glue and all, and cramming them down her throat didn't look so unattractive, I would probably just do that to Dre right now. Speaks for everyone.
Drea deserves that. Drea
She does.
deserves that.
She does. And this next one, as soon as I heard it, I was like, standing ovation because, yeah. Loosen up and play Buffy with us tonight. I feel like slaying demons.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Okay. So mine, I'm going to go next. Sorry, Constance, you have to go last.
No, go for it.
It's not every day one of your best friends pisses her pants while bunking up with a guy she's panting for. Totally tease material. Tell me you wouldn't. It's totally tease material, man. It's totally tease material. You pissed yourself. And then my other one is a whole scene. When I think of protection, she begins, I think of armed guards. Multiple armed guards with strong hands and big, throbbing, masculine. Amber! I shout. Biceps! She finishes. What else?
Amber has the best lines.
Amber is the
She
best.
does.
How could you not think that Amber was the best?
Yeah. Okay. My quote is, Did I really just say that? I motion with a nod at the report beneath his perfectly rounded butt cheeks, and he slides the thing out all mangled from the sittage. Still, the newly formed butt indentions in the soft white paper almost make me want to frame it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Yes,
good.
it really is.
Except for when we
This
talked
book-
about it earlier and we realized that the other half of it is covered in pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Don't frame it,
leave it
Stacey.
with now.
Just throw all that shit out. Just throw all that shit out.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't even recycle it because I don't think they would accept it.
No, it's too gross. If you liked this, try this. Okay, so, Constance, the last time you were on, way back in Percy Jackson times,
Yes.
you took care of all of our book recommendations. Are you ready to do that again this time?
Yes.
Of course
bell's
you
on.
are. Of course you are. So what are you
I
going to
have 3.
recommend?
Challenge
3.
delivered and accepted.
Perfect.
I have 3.
Perfect.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to start off with Cheshire Crossing. It's a graphic novel. It has to do with, it has kind of like the mythical aspects, the witchiness, and it also the 3 friends, one of them being a redhead, and living in a dorm together. So I thought, even though it wasn't like a murder mystery type deal, it had the 3 female dynamics and the redhead. So the summary from the back of the book: what happens to Alice when she comes back from Wonderland? Wendy from Neverland, Dorothy from Oz. The 3 meet here at Cheshire Crossing, a boarding school where girls like them learn how to cope with their supernatural experiences and harness their magical world-crossing powers. But the trio, now teenagers, who've had their fill of meddling authority figures, aren't content to sit still in a classroom. Soon they're dashing from one universe to the next, leaving havoc in their wake, and inadvertently bringing the Wicked Witch and Hook together in a deadly supervillain love match. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's good.
that sounds fun.
To stop them, the girls will have to draw on all of their powers and marshal a team of unlikely allies from across the magical multiverse.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds like Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire.
Yes.
So everyone
The
should go
art
and
is
read that
gorgeous.
too. It looks
The
adorable.
story is great.
Yeah, it's so cute.
The art is great, and it's just perfect. And the second book that I'm going to recommend is Sweep by Kate Tiernan, another book series that I constantly recommend. Constantly recommend. Yeah. And I have the summary on Amazon. Morgan Rollins never thought she was anything other than a typical 16-year-old girl. But when she meets Cal, a captivatingly handsome coven leader, she makes a discovery that turns her whole world upside down. She is a witch, descended from an ancient and powerful line, and so is Cal. Their connection is immediate and unbreakable. Cal teases out Morgan's power, her love, her magic. But Morgan discovers too soon that her powers are strong, almost too powerful to control, and she begins to suspect that Cal may be keeping secrets from her, secrets that could destroy them both.
Ooh.
It's a good book. It has the witchiness. It even has a friendship that is very similar to Stacy and Drea in it. And they kind of have like that bitchiness over the guy in it. Like, why would he want you when he could have me type of vibes. So I thought that was really appropriate, along with the like obvious witchy magicalness.
Excellent.
And the third and final book, I think you all see this coming. Yep. White is for magic.
All right, give us
All
a
right.
summary for book 2. Come on now.
Yeah. I'm watching you. 1 year later, it's happening again. 17-year-old Stacy Brown is having nightmares. Creepy dreams haunted by the ghosts of people who have been brutally murdered. It's her senior year at boarding school, and what Stacy really should be focusing on are her classes and getting into college. Not to mention the rocky path her love life has been taking lately. But even if she could ignore the dreams, Stacy can't ignore the strange letters that she's been receiving. No return address, no signature, and the same cryptic messages she's been hearing in her nightmares. What's worse is that she's not the only one having weird dreams. Jacob, a transfer student, claims that he's been having nightly premonitions of Stacy's death for months.
Ooh.
Dreams so realistic that he transferred schools to find her and stop the killer. It doesn't help that she's starting to have feelings for him, even though she already has a boyfriend, Chad. But can she trust Jacob? Or will both their darkest dreams come true?
Ooh. Does Jacob room with Chad? Is he Chad's new roommate?
No.
Because
That would be
Donovan's
too
in
perfect.
prison for
Yeah.
murdering.
Too perfect.
Nah. I think it's Chad. I think it's either Chad and PJ room together or Chad's by himself.
Oh, man.
I don't know. That's my guess.
Oh, that's exciting.
Not
Yeah.
one word of
They don't
vomit.
really go into Chad's living situation.
But I think
They're in the same dorm building.
But everybody's awake, so it doesn't really matter.
Everybody's
funny
high
little
as
tidbit.
fuck eating everyone else's food. It's fine.
It's not really spoilery, but there's a scene, there's a part in the second book where it shows how Chad and Jacob are in the same dorm building. I assume there's multiple different dorms for everybody because there's a lot of students, so they're in the same building, and she goes there earlier in the day to speak to Chad, and she asks the RA, hey, can you bring Chad out? And she goes back again to talk to Jacob, and he's like, Chad's still not here. And it's like, I need to speak to Jacob. And the dorm guy, he's just like, oh, okay, just getting around with all the guys. Okay. And it's the funniest thing. He is so judgy, but in you stud kind of way. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's fun. I can't wait to read it.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, how could you not predict that this is going to be one of the picks?
To be fair, I thought the entire 3 recommendations were going to be the next 3
The rest
books.
of the series.
Yeah.
No,
Mm.
but another little tidbit: the last book in the series is a graphic novel.
That's fun.
Oh yeah,
We cover
Yeah,
graphic
it's
novels
called Black-
now.
We do. It makes
Yeah.
cosplay easier.
It really
Yeah.
does.
There's silver for secret. After white is for magic, there's silver is for secrets, red for remembrance, then black for beginnings.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The white one is my favorite. It's a solid one. You guys will enjoy it when you read
Okay.
it.
I'm excited.
Notice I said when, not if.
Right.
Oh yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
We
saw it.
pick up
Okay.
on those cues that get dropped.
We do. We pay attention.
Good.
All right. Oh, I guess I should probably say we're not having an indie spotlight this time because we're busy.
Yeah.
We're busy in this episode. This episode is busy, so no indie
We're not
spotlight.
having an indie spotlight this time because womp womp.
But don't worry, that's going to come back. That's coming back next time. Just there was a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this one. Okay. So that's it for this episode of Fictional Hangover. I'm Amanda.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Constance.
Join us next time as we discuss Bloodlines, the first book in the Vampire Academy spin-off series by Rochelle Mead. Look out for our Would You Rather polls on social media. Don't forget about our book club and monthly challenges on Facebook. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book. Yay!
We did it!
We did it!
Whoop, whoop. You can find us at fictionalhangover.com, follow us on Instagram at fictionalhangover, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/fictionalhangover, and on Twitter at fictionalhangover, no ER. If you like this episode, check out our others and rate, review and subscribe so you don't miss out. And finally, special thanks to Lyss Emerson for our music. You can find her on Facebook and Patreon. Thanks for listening.